Hello and welcome to all you Virgos. Welcome all you Virgos to your monthly horoscope for June 2014. What is going on for the Virgos? Well, I think a very important month for the Virgos because your ruler is involved. Last month it was Venus that was quite important, and now it is Mercury. As I said, it is the ruler of your sign, and therefore Virgos are really aware of the tendencies when Mercury goes retrograde. So this month Mercury goes retrograde, which always means, because Mercury is a planet of communication, that communication will, or that our thinking processes will slow down in order for a particular area in our life to make some changes there. That's the ultimate goal. And I think that as Mercury is very strong in Gemini, because this is happening in Gemini, I think it won't have those annoying consequences that a lot of people experience when Mercury goes into retrograde. So because now it's such a strong Mercury, I think it can rather do good things. In very ancient astrology, actually a Mercury retrograde is actually a good thing. But it all depends upon the personal chart, of course. But for the whole, in general horoscope, for Virgos, it won't be that bad. Of course, Gemini squares up to Virgo. So you can expect some tension, but the tension will be greater when you don't want to make the changes or you don't want to see what's up there in front of you. And normally Virgos is the sign that is all about improving situations, improving themselves, improving in order to become better, a better version of themselves. Now, where is this all happening? First of all, the Mercury starts in the beginning of the month. It is actually in Cancer. So it is actually in your 9th house. No, I'm lying. In your 11th house, sorry. So Mercury is at the very beginning of the month, just a couple of days, in the 11th house. And the 11th house is hope, aspirations, friends. So it's a rather happy house in the beginning of the month. But, so your thoughts will be on that. Your thoughts will be on improving your life for the future, because the 11th house is a future house. And around the 8th of the month, Mercury goes backwards. And as that happens around 3 degrees of Cancer, it is immediately in the sign backwards of Gemini. So 29 degrees of Gemini, 28, and therefore it will be for a long time in your 10th house. The 10th house is, for a lot of people, it's associated with work. And so actually I think this is not bad news for the Virgo, because first of all, they, together with Geminis, they know how to handle Mercury retrogrades. They know that those retrogrades are there for a reason. It's not to annoy you. It is simply to step back and to rethink that particular area of life. For you, it is work. So rethink about what is happening at a work level. Maybe you want to change your job, or maybe you want to improve things. Or on a very simple basis, it can mean that you just want to do something else, or a little detail even, to do that in another way. And as it is a very strong Mercury in Gemini, you will be very much thinking a lot about these processes that consider your work. Now it goes retrograde the whole month, so it only will be going direct in July, in the beginning of July. And but what is very important for the Virgo, it is important to spend that time that you have during the month of June to think about those changes that you want to make, because no other sign than a Virgo knows that it starts with the ideas, and it starts with the thinking process before you can make changes. And now again, the fixed stars pop up very strongly, because the point where the retrograde starts, namely 3 degrees of Cancer, there will be a new moon on that point as well during the month of June. And that will be actually through the end of the month, the 27th. There is a new moon on 5 degrees on Cancer. So it means that that point around 3 degrees, 4, 5 degrees of Cancer is a very significant point during the month of June. And if you look up the fixed star, it is called Propus. And Propus is a fixed star that has all to do, and it's very Virgo-like, I think. And it also says, if you look that up, it has the influence of Mercury. And it is able to express ideas in reasonable and acceptable ways, which will win because of their manifest intelligence. Isn't that all about Virgo? The word intelligence, the word reasonable, acceptable, practical. So this is key for everyone, but for you in particular, when it has to do with your aspirations, your intentions for the future. Intentions is so important when the 11th house is highlighted for you. So I think it will be a great month for Virgos. Of course, it all depends on an individual chart, but this is a general horoscope. So I think for Virgos, it is really a time, if you want to do different stuff in the future, it can't happen overnight, and it won't all happen during the month of June, but you can start with the intention. So the 11th house is a very positive house. It's the house of dreams for the future. It's also the house, I think, of hope. So if you are in a situation, you Virgos, that things hasn't been going okay, and you can have an influence on certain things, probably considering work, but for others it can mean other things in life. That has to do with, I want that goal for the future. It can also mean, I want a better relationship for the future, or I want a child for the future, or whatever it is now a very good time to put those intentions right. And it all starts with the good intentions, because when it's based on good intentions, then overall actions that follow will be better for you and will be more joyful, because the 11th house is also a very joyful house. So I hope for the Virgos that you can make the most out of it, and I'm sure you will. So thank you again for watching. If you want a personal reading, get in touch, and I'll see you again next month. Bye bye, you Virgos. Bye.